Aragami. It's just like origami, except instead of making paper birds, you stab people in the back. Fuck you, that's literally the best opening joke I could think of. Okay, let's get right into this one. Today I'm going to be looking at Aragami, a third-person stealth game by Lintz Works. You play as this guy, who kind of looks like a fan-made Mortal Kombat character. Kind of. He's a vengeful spirit who was summoned by this girl, Yamiko, who's being held captive by some assholes called the Keiho, and he's gotta go free her. Oh yeah, and he's called Aragami. So that's why the game is called Aragami. Maybe. I don't fuck it. As premises go, it's not bad. It gives you a clear objective that you'll always be working towards. Girl is kidnapped, go save girl. It's Super Mario with ninjas and murder. Fantastic. Things do get more interesting as you go on and start to learn more about Yamiko's past and Aragami's memories of some previous life, which are presented to you in these really well animated little cutscenes. I'd say the story is okay. I did mostly like the back and forth dialogue between Aragami and Yamiko, even though Aragami sometimes does the solid snake thing where after Yamiko is done talking, he'll just repeat one of the words that she said, and that's it. That's his contribution to the conversation. But honestly, the story wasn't why I was playing the game. I was playing so I could experience some good old-fashioned stealth. Yeah, that's the stuff. Aragami is a true stealth game, and when I say a true stealth game, I mean a game where you must be stealthy, because if you get found out, you're fucked. Thanks for playing, see you next Easter. Basically, here's what I think every stealth game needs in order to even be considered okay. Clear indication of when I'm visible and when I'm stealthed, variety in how I can approach levels and stages, and if you could let me quietly murder people in a variety of different gruesome ways, that would be just swell. Thankfully, Aragami lets you do all of those things. The core stealth mechanics work really well, and one thing I especially like is the game's use of shadows. As you go on, you unlock these stealth abilities. Two of the most important ones are the ability to create shadows and the ability to teleport, but only to shadows. Using these moves consumes some of your energy, which is shown to you by the design on Aragami's cape, which I actually thought was a really cool idea. But staying in the shadows refills your energy. So shadows are more than just places where you're less visible in this game. They also kind of act like safe spots where you can refill your energy, hide from guards, and carefully plan your next move. I actually thought this was a really cool mechanic, and it's used pretty well, so golf claps all around on that front. But on the other front, we have the game's problems. Yeah, that's a bad front. That's like an enemy front. Because it's bad. The biggest problem I have with Aragami is its technical issues. I played on the PS4, and for the first 3 or 4 levels, the game ran fine. A few stutters before and after cutscenes here and there, but other than that, totally okay. It wasn't until I got to the later levels where the frame rate started to tank. Yeah, if some of this footage you're seeing looks kinda laggy, that's not YouTube, that's just how the game looks. It was really weird. Sometimes the game ran fairly smoothly, and sometimes it lagged like crazy. At first I thought it was my Elgato that was lagging it, but when I unplugged it, the game's frame rate was still inconsistent. And like I said, I was playing on the PS4, so I didn't have the option to turn the graphical quality down or do anything that might boost the frame rate, so I was totally bamboozled. I know it's weird for me to make such a big deal about the frame rate, but the game has other technical issues too. Nothing super annoying, but kill animations sometimes not happening when they should, kill animations sometimes happening when they shouldn't, and two guards having a conversation when one of them is very clearly dead. On top of a poor frame rate, it can kind of take you out of the moment, you know? Well, I mean, aside from the technical issues, Aragami is actually pretty good. To be honest, there's nothing amazing about Aragami, but there's also nothing terrible about it either. It has good stuff like the stealth mechanics and bad stuff like the technical issues, but the good stuff isn't good enough to sell the game on its own, and the bad stuff isn't bad enough to be a deal breaker. There is definitely more good than bad though, so take that for what it's worth. I'd recommend it to you if you're into stealth games, cause like I said, the stealth works really well. But if the frame rate problems seem like something that you can't forgive, then maybe wait until they patch it. After all, good things come to those who wait. And we've all waited for a very long time. So please, dear God, let this be good. Aragami gets Fuck! I totally forgot to mention there's a co-op mode! Ah! I'm such an idiot!